Hello YouTube, I'm back in the next My Little Pony review, and today I'm reviewing Sweet Stuff. She was a character in the G1 TV series and the movie, but didn't really have a whole lot of screen time. Her probably most notable appearance, she did have a little bit in the movie. The only time she really appeared in the movie was mostly notably for being affected by the Smooths, when Molly tried to help her out, or tried to assure her, things were gonna be fine, but she was rude and obnoxious. But that's only because she was affected by the Smooths, and I don't really count that. At least in terms of reviewing her character. I mean, she's obviously rather smart. We've seen it a little bit later. She doesn't really get to shine all that much until we get to Sweet Stuff and the Treasure Hunt, where she ends up being the one to find the one item that Wind Whistler couldn't find, because it didn't make any sense to her. It was a group. She figured it out that a group is both one and many. It's a group. It's literally one of many. It's a group of individual items. That's what it is. That's why it's one and many. That's proves she's smarter. I don't think even I would have figured that out myself. I'm not good with riddles anyway. I'll admit that myself. I'll plainly admit that. I'm not very good with riddles. I mean, maybe I would have figured this one out, but probably, I don't know how long it would have actually taken her to figure out if the show had actually been like a full half-hour show. They probably would have made it go a little longer. But if Wingless, I couldn't figure it out, and she was relatively smart for what she knows. I mean, she's notable for all her big words and usage of big words. And although she wasn't capable of, she couldn't lie about not caring about when one of her friends was being held captive. It was a nice idea, but obviously it wasn't going to work, I don't think, fully. But Sweet Stuff seems like a nice character. I mean, from what I understand in her, stories, she doesn't always know what she's good at. I don't really... Personally, I'm probably a little bit different to her. I kind of already know what I'm not good at. Anything I've not practiced, that's kind of obvious. So sports, I'm not really good at. Bowling, I was good for a while, but I haven't had a lesson in years. I would arguably say I'm probably back to square one with that. I don't even know if I'm ever going to get back into bowling at all. I do have a trophy or two here and there, but that was from several years ago. So I can somewhat relate to her. You don't know what you're good at. I think some of us can actually relate to her. Who genuinely don't know what they're good at, haven't practiced, don't know what's out there, and are probably not going to find out. They're probably going to find out the hard way. They're probably not good at a lot of stuff, considering that you need a lot of practice, and and if you want to get really good at something, you're probably going to have to end up getting hurt once in a while, especially if you get involved in actual teams. Like, football is going to be dangerous. It'll there have been injuries. Any sport is kind of dangerous to some extent, but I think bowling is probably the least dangerous, just because you're not doing a whole lot. You're not involved with. I mean, you're involved with a team, but it's one by one. You're not going as a whole. You're not using a whole lot of physical interaction with it. You're just throwing a ball down the lane, and the only way you can really hurt yourself is if you drop the ball on your foot, which is a result of either not having enough grip or too big of a finger holes, but. I've gotten good at that. I mean, I would probably have to go back to square one. I would have had no practice in years, inevitably years. My bowling instructor kind of sort of ditched us without, my mom was taking part in this as well. Kind of sort of ditched us after, without really saying anything, without really notifying. That was kind of the last day we were able to actually have a bowling lesson. I've not had one in years. Don't think we'll get one in the future. But that was kind of sort of a little, I guess I went off a little bit of, got a little off topic there, but I guess it was somewhat relatable, considering that not everyone's good at bowling. I would imagine that everyone's good at sports in general. But yeah, Sweet Stuff is probably a character you'll probably get along with. I mean, she's not the most annoying character to my knowledge. She hasn't had a whole lot of screen time in general, so if you hate her, well, you're not going to see her all that often. You may not like her in the movie, though, even though that's not how she actually acts. That's just how she's corrupted, if you will, with the Smooths. So, yeah, not a whole lot to say about her. Didn't have a whole lot of screen time, as I said. So that's my review on Sweet Stuff. Thanks.